Choosing the right niche for your bookkeeping business is the single most important decision that can make or break your business success. In today's competitive market, finding a niche that aligns with your skills, your passions, and what the market wants isn't just beneficial, it is essential. If you get this one decision wrong, you will struggle to find clients. But if you do get it right, then you become the go to expert in your field, commanding higher rates and enjoying a steady stream of clients and referrals. But don't worry, choosing a niche isn't as daunting as it seems. With the right guidance and a clear strategy, you can identify the perfect niche for your market. Hey there, accountants and bookkeepers. I'm Ida Azefo, and you're listening to the Bookkeeping Business Growth Podcast, the place where you get one actionable item each week to help you build a soul satisfying six-figure bookkeeping practice without burnout. I was coaching a client several months ago about the same issue. She happens to be a CPA who's currently employed and she's looking to start her own practice. She had the same exact question, and I walked her through a process which I'm also going to explain to you right now. We found together something that aligns with her passions, her skills, and what the market wants. And you can swipe this and use it in your own business. For my particular client, her passion happened to be baking and cooking. She loves doing everything in the kitchen, pastries and stuff. Her skills, of course, she's a CPA. And now, what does the market need? Every single bakery or restaurant or chef happens to also need an accountant or a bookkeeper or a CPA. So, how did we come to figure out what would be her niche? In this particular case, my suggestion to her was, you know what? You speak their language. That's a bonus point. I don't. I'm great at accounting, bookkeeping, taxes. I'm great at all of those. You are equally as good at it. But the bonus point for you is that you speak the language of the people because you love this thing. It is a passion for you. You do it just for the sake of doing it. So, for you to find a niche, in this case, for me, that's a no brainer. If you want to do accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, that's what I was saying to my client. And if you want to do accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, and you're struggling to find a niche, and you already have this passion, which you would do just for the sake of doing it, how easy would it be for you to have that conversation with a client who is in that field? So this is something that you would apply to yourself. A lot of accountants and bookkeepers pretty much take anybody who wants to do anything related to bookkeeping, taxes. They just accept clients from all over the place. And it's fine at the beginning, like most people would do that. But if you're looking to grow, you need a steady source of referrals. If you're looking to command the prices, if you are looking to be the go to person in your niche, you need to have that thing that you're so good at and have the people that you can speak to in that particular way. That is like you should be able to open some doors just by virtue of the fact that you are passionate about that thing. And so when it comes down to picking a niche, think about what are the things you're passionate about? What are the things you're good at? How can you bring those two things together and serve the clients that need what you have? And you can do that thing in a way that only you can. I can't compete with you in that field, in that space. For me, between me and the client like that, between me and a restaurant, for example, between me and a bakery, it's just going to be business as usual because I don't speak the language of bakeries. But if you are that person who is very passionate about that particular thing, then give it a try. Maybe your niche is actually restaurants. I read about this in the book, and I can't quite remember the title of the book. But there was an insurance agent who loved hockey. And he ended up being the go-to insurance guy for all the hockey players because he would show up to the hockey game and he wasn't even showing up to the game to talk about insurance. He was showing up to the game to talk about hockey. And they would discuss everything related to the game and all. And then it's almost like in passing that the conversation about their insurance needs would come up. And because they've already bonded over something, it was a very natural continuation or extension of the services that the guy was doing. And so he became the go-to person for every single hockey player. They all flocked to him. He became the guy that everybody referred hockey players to just because he was just so good at it. So this episode today aims to answer the question, how can I choose the right niche or market for my bookkeeping business? I want you to dig deep and figure out for yourself, what is the thing that you're good at? What is your passion? And what are the things that the market wants? You might be passionate about podcasting and you might be an accountant, bookkeeper, or a CPA. Every podcaster who is doing podcasting in a serious way is actually running a business. At some point or another, they all need to get their taxes, bookkeeping, and stuff like that done. You could be the go-to person because you understand the business at a deeper level. You understand things that a regular person who is not even passionate about that thing wouldn't understand it, because there are some expenses that are so entrenched in the way that the business is run that as a person who's passionate about it, you are aware of those things naturally. And so the conversations with your client become even more fluid. It becomes even more easygoing because there are things that you would be aware of based on your experience and your knowledge. There are things that you would suggest to them or that you would bring up that they might not have thought about bringing up with their regular accountant or bookkeeper or anything like that. So that becomes your competitive advantage. That becomes where when you focus on this as your niche, this becomes your plus. This becomes your competitive advantage, and you become the go to person because if you deliver exceptional service to one person in that area, they talk about it. They will tell the next person who is looking for what they were looking for. I remember when I started working with Canadian travel nurses. A lot of them started coming my way, and up until today, a lot of them are still sending me messages to say, "Hey, Ida, I got your number from this other person who is XYZ." And I'm not even advertising that anymore, but they find me. So what am I saying? Pick something you're passionate about, be great at it. People will find you and you become the go-to person for that particular thing. If you're looking to build a soul-satisfying six-figure bookkeeping or accounting business, check out more episodes on this podcast or check out our website, www.bookkeepergrowthhub.com.